At AWS, the MSSP Competency brings the industry's best MSSPs that provide 24/7 threat detection and incident response, but also provide these cohesive security outcomes across customers' hybrid and multi-cloud estates. And then on top of that, they're going to bring in those first-party AWS security services along with the best-in-breed ISV offerings to deliver complete turnkey operationalized security for our customers.
We at Wipro look at multiple strategies in terms of how do we protect the application during the development stage itself. So first and foremost is the builder strategy that we follow, which is where we get engaged with the customer looking at the application reference architecture in terms of how is that being constructed currently, or does it need any change to make sure that it remains secure and protected. And we also look at the aspect of threat modeling during the application development stage itself.
Como partner premier de AWS especializados en el sector financiero de LATAM, entendemos que la confianza del cliente es el activo más valioso. La seguridad no puede ser un obstáculo, sino un habilitador transparente de esa confianza. Nuestra filosofía se materializa en nuestros servicios gestionados Cloud MX y en nuestro SOC avanzado 24/7. Se basa en una seguridad inteligente y sin fricción. La seguridad se vuelve parte de la experiencia del usuario y no un impedimento para ella.
As an AWS MSSP Competency partner, our customers know they are working with a validated, trusted expert in cloud-native security. Ultimately, we don't just protect systems, we help keep businesses operational, even during their most vulnerable moments. In the event of a ransomware attack or other disruption, our platform ensures that verified, secure backups are easily accessible, minimizing downtime and reducing the risk of data loss or misconfiguration.
When I talk to customers, clients, they usually have this notion of how do I provide access to the right people at the right time for the right reasons with the right context. A lot of times that really starts with understanding what you have in your environment, understanding what your policies are, what compliance functions are you having to be regulated by, what industry are you working in, aligning a lot of those activities back into access patterns to make sure that we can then build in a prescriptive identity and access governance model, which basically means we're putting in systems that are monitoring and providing access in an automated fashion for people.
The biggest business benefit of data protection is to allow the customer to take advantage of the cost and capability flexibility that a cloud provides. So if you imagine if the customer is not comfortable in hosting their data on the cloud, then they just cannot get the cost benefits as well as the scalability both up and down that the cloud offers, which is right now especially important as we go into the AI adoption for business services.
If done right, data becomes a business accelerator, where IBM Research has actually told us that, based on the surveys that they've done, that clients will see 43% increase in revenue over a 5-year period if they have the proper cybersecurity controls in place. We look at data across construct of a hybrid cloud environment, not only in the AWS cloud, but also on-prem and at other various cloud providers. So having an understanding of how that data is consumed and ultimately protected within that environment is critical.
The biggest challenge for the customer is that the cloud team may not know a lot on cybersecurity, but the traditional cybersecurity team doesn't know a lot of cloud. So what eCloud Valley is doing is that we help to bridge the cloud and cybersecurity team together to minimize the misconfiguration on cloud. So that's what we are doing. And with eCloud Valley SOC practice, we help to manage the security practice for the customers in the cloud.
One of my roles is leading our alliance with AWS on a topic we call converged security. Converged security started in 2023 on the basis of 4 big topics. 1, a cloud configuration managed service. we manage the security of your AWS cloud. The second is an MXDR, endpoint to data center and all of the operations in between. Underneath that is a cyber analytics engine. That cyber analytics engine preceded all this stuff we talk about today in terms of AI, but it is analytics applied to cyber problems. And then last, when all things go pear-shaped, we have an incident response capability. So Converged Security is our go-to-market, and where both teams have invested a lot of time and energy to go to market together across industries, across the globe.
I think the way Deloitte is leading the conversation is we're saying shift the idea of resilience a little bit towards the left. Be more proactive about it. We think readiness as part of this and as part of the resilience program is so important, if not more than the response and recovery in some ways. So supporting our customers and our clients throughout the IR lifecycle, which is prevent, detect, and then obviously if something goes wrong, then the response and recovery as well, has been a big portion of how we're changing the conversation and helping our clients evolve through this process.
As customers migrate and modernize applications, whether they're moving to containers or serverless or even building their own SaaS applications for customers, the security challenge doesn't change. By being able to apply an identity to that data and track how it was used through each part of the application, the core, the edge, the questions that were being asked, and what data was being shared, that gave the customer the ability to identify the most critical pieces of data that needed to be secured and then apply the right technologies versus trying to take security and fit an application into that model. The security fit the application instead of the application fitting security.
It's really important from a preparedness standpoint for a customer to make sure that they have an incident response plan. And there's so many components. What I also stress enough with customers is it's super important to revisit your incident response plan. Just like you hang smoke detectors in your home, you have to change the batteries to make sure that they're still operational and working, right? You have to revisit your plan. Do you have new providers that are coming into your network? Have you acquired a company? Have you offloaded employees, right, that you need to make sure they were exited appropriately so they don't still have access? That needs to be a drumbeat. It's not a one and done.
At AWS, we're constantly listening to our customers. And so one of the things that our customers have told us is, hey, when I have a security incident, when I have an alert, when I have something that goes bump in the night, don't call me at 2 a.m. Instead, just take care of it. We want our partners to step in and handle those incidents. And while you're at it, because you're dealing with, updating firewalls or identity controls or permissions, just manage those things completely end to end. So to find out more information, make sure you check out amazon.com/MSSP.